Pocket football fans, after a brief break, we're back with the show. Had a bye week last week, so everybody took it easy. I know you guys didn't, but we're back in action this week with Owensboro Catholic. We want to welcome everybody to the show, presented by Whitetail Properties, the Mark Williams land team, and a host of other partners that we have, and I'll run through them for you. Riley Tool and Machine, and we'll talk a little bit about some of these guys having something to do with them. USA Mortgage, Darrick Myers, the Heritage at Marion Golf and Pool, Full Body Fitness Studio, that's Serena Dickerson, the personal trainer, Farmers Bank and Trust Company, Curnel Ag, First United Bank, Johnson's Furniture and Appliance, which sent us a new mug over for our favorite beverages, YTG Insurance, Tanner Tabor, Frazer Law, Hodge's Sports and Apparel, C-Plant Federal Credit Union, Livingston Hospital, a Deaconess affiliate, H&H Home and Hardware, Par 4 Plastics, Deer Lakes Golf Course, and KB Pharmacy. I would like to welcome our guests this week. In addition to Coach Courtney, we try to bring players in every week or somebody with the program. And this week we have Zener and Caveman, Travis Blazina, and Grayson James, two of the guys that play down in the trenches a lot, and you don't see their names a whole lot in the box scores unless you get down and dig in the defensive stuff, but these guys are a big part of the football program, Coach Courtney.
Yeah, everything's always built up from it. That's what, we take the most pride in. Any football team, that's where it's going to be, and these two guys play a big part in that and both do a really good job.
Mm-hmm. This week we have Owensboro Catholic, and they're not fooling, are they? I mean, they're a pretty good football team.
Yeah, good football team.
One of the best in the state of Kentucky. They're number 1 in the power rankings in Class 2A, ranked number 3 in the Associated Press after week 5. But they are legit. We are number 6 in the power rankings in Class 2A and ranked number 10 in the AP poll. But OCAF, they're 5-0. They come in here, like I said, ranked number 3 in AP, right ahead of Mayfield, who's number 4. And then you got Lexington Christian 1, Beechwood's number 2. And then you got Murray number 5. So here's 3 teams in the top 5. We're going to see this year. So we knew it was going to be a tough season. So it starts off right here. Owensboro Catholic's a team we've played a few times, and most recently in the playoffs. We're 0-for against these guys. We played them back in the 60s a few times, and then we played them in 2012, 13, and 14, and lost in the playoffs back when we were in 2A before. Coach Courtney, they've played a pretty decent schedule, particularly Owensboro Senior, and they beat them.
Yeah, they've played a really tough schedule. They had a tough Greenwood team that was really good in 5A last year, and it seems to be pretty good this year. Beat Owensboro and then beat Henderson last week. So, yeah, I mean, they're knocking down some really good 5A schools and a really good 6A team coming into this week. So there's nothing negative to say about them. Just an extremely good football team. I'd say top 3 to 4 in everybody's polls across the state, without a doubt. Right in the mix of things.
Yeah, they just beat the tar out of Greenwood, beat them by 20 points, and then beat Henderson County 41-21, and beat Apollo and Davis County also by just tremendous scores. So, no question, the Aces, a great football team, private school up there in Owensboro, and they're going to be here for homecoming this week. Somebody picked them out to be homecoming and say, hey, that's the team we want?
No, I mean, really though, just with that schedule,
just fell.
Yeah, it's just how it worked out. We tried to have it honestly a little earlier, and it wasn't going to work out with the school, but it wasn't a big deal to me. At first, I was like, man, we don't want to bring that type of team, but it doesn't really matter, I don't think. These kids have distractions all over. Everything's a distraction. They got phones and this and that, and if that's our excuse that we can't come out and play because of powder puff or whatever, then we don't deserve to win. I don't believe that that's truly a distraction. I think that's just something that coaches say. I really do. I don't think that it should be. It's not a legitimate excuse not to be able to come out and play, in my opinion.
Yeah. Do you guys feel like homecoming week is something that takes away from your concentration? Grayson, I'll let you.
No, not at all.
No, Zena? You don't pay any attention to the stuff that's going on. Now, wait, were either of you on the volleyball team?
I wasn't.
And the seniors won the championship. Of course, both of these guys are seniors, and y'all won the Powder Puff volleyball game.
Yeah.
Yeah. You a frontline guy or you a setter? You look more like a setter.
Yeah. I only like to serve. That's the only thing I'm good at.
Yeah, did you get any aces?
No.
We'll get you an ace Friday night. How about that when Owensboro comes to town? Yeah, the aces, purple aces. This week we're going to first of all talk a little bit about our featured sponsors. We try to break out a couple of our partners each week and talk a little bit about them. Of course, we have Mark Williams of Whitetail Property as our overarching sponsor for the program that we do and all the stuff we bring to you for Rocket football. But this week we're talking a little bit about KB Pharmacy, which is near and dear to our heart. Of course, you have the son of one of the pharmacists there, Gabe Keller, who had a great game, by the way, last time we were on the football field.
He did.
We'll talk a little bit about that too. But KB, that stands for Keller and Boone. The other one's Bradley Boone, and we've had a lot of Boones on the football team over the years too. So we appreciate Keller and Boone, KB Pharmacy, and also mention too, KB Pharmacy is our Monday podcast sponsor. If any of you don't tune in to the Monday podcast, that's when I get with Coach Courtney. He's had time to watch film over the weekend, digest the game from the week before. We kind of get some insights into what he saw, and then also talk about the players of the game there. So tune into that. We post it every Monday afternoon. KB Pharmacy has a drive-through delivery, and their online app is great. It's RX2, the numeral 2, go. RX2go. Check it out. Homegrown, hometown folks, locally owned, and we appreciate all they do for Rocket football. Other sponsors, Deer Lakes Golf Course, and we know about those guys. Rick Hughes, he's at everything. Mm-hmm. Ricky Hughes, one of our super fans, a Rocket super fan. It's an 18-hole course down there. They have a meeting room. You can rent it for special programs. And then also Coach Belt, the Big D baseball coach, is down there. He works at the golf course, as does Briley Conyer, who is a member of the district champion Lady Rocket softball team, just graduated. We'll throw that softball plug in there. But too, I'll give a plug for Coach Belt and the Rocket baseball guys. They will be having their fundraising golf tournament down there. You playing that?
No.
You're a big golfer, I know.
No, I'm not. I can't do it.
He called me the other night and asked if I'd come down and play, so I think I will.
No one's called me.
I'm not much of a golfer myself, but I do enjoy being out there with the guys and playing some golf. So that four-man scramble's coming up. If you're not in, get your four-man team. Get in it September 30th down at Deer Lakes Golf Course. All right, guys, we're going to talk just a little bit, kind of break you guys in. I'll start with Blazina, since he's the talkative guy. He's got a lot to talk about. The Blazinas and the Bears. I mean, the Blazinas are a family that's synonymous with football, right?
Yeah.
I mean, talk about that tradition. Tell me about that.
Well, my grandparents are from Chicago, so that's where we get it from. Every Sunday we go over there and watch the Bears game at my grandma's house and get food and eat and watch the Bears lose every Sunday.
Now, I remember the Bears back when Ditka was coaching, man, and McMahon was a quarterback, and they were rocking and rolling. They had the fridge.
Yeah, that's when they were good.
Yeah, that was, you weren't even alive then, were you? No, I tell you though, man, that's a storied program, and Soldier Field was a tough place to go in and play too. But I know it's a big thing for the family. And now your uncle got in on a little draft king type deal. I mean, he was the draft king. Tell us about that.
My uncle and my two uncles actually, and my dad went to the draft. And
NFL draft.
Yeah, they were on TV. They loved it.
Yeah, won a sweepstakes type deal.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I did a little story on the paper about it, but go Bears. Or how do you say that? Can you do it? Oh, come on, Da Bears. Maybe it's Da Bears. That's what it is. And of course, Grayson James. I want to talk a little bit about. You know, I know you tell me how tough this guy is. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's tough as a pine knot. And I see he comes off the field sometime, he's holding something. I thought, man, he's hurt bad, and he's right back out there. You know? So
he's a tough kid.
He's tough. But you work for Todd Riley over at Riley and Tool and Die?
Not yet.
But you're going to.
I'm planning on working at Saturn.
It's Saturn. Okay, it's in that program that Riley and Saturn are involved in. And they've provided an instructor on campus. What are you guys doing there? Weld, fabricate?
We usually oxy fuel cut, just weld, kind of just get get us ready for what's like to come, like doing on the field, stuff like that.
You want a job in that type of work, I guess, when you get out of school?
My dad's a welder, so I've been wanting to do that. I went to the trade school last year for welding at Caldwell, and then I just want to make that a career out of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, those guys make good money, don't they? It's hard work.
Yeah.
But he has that toughness of a welder, right?
Yeah, I don't
those
think
guys
that's
have to be
problem.
tough.
Yeah, I think you can handle it.
They're in all that garb all the time. It's hot, and they're dealing with flames, and
Yeah.
they come out, and you just get dirty too, don't
Yeah.
you? Yeah, you don't mind to get dirty.
No.
No. That's why he's a good lineman.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. He is a lineman through and through.
Talk a little bit about these guys, Coach Courtney.
Just go with Grayson, his toughness, obviously, you mentioned. The motor he plays with, really good defensive line for us, kind of stepped right into that lead defensive end role that I was kind of talking about before the season that we've needed. He's really filled into that role and done really well. He's a guy that, we just can't lose him. Like, he's got to be on the field. Offensively, he's a good leader on the offensive line. Defensively, defensive line leader. So he's just kind of our both ways lineman guy that we got to have out there that makes a lot of plays on both sides of the football. And then Blazina is just a solid mark up front as well. He's kind of short but stocky, man. When he gets to pulling and he gets on people, he really lays the wood on people. He's a tough, hard hitter. The biggest thing about him for me is he loves the game. He absolutely loves football. There's no doubt about it. He'll give anything, and both of them do. And that's what makes them special. They'll do anything for their teammates and anything for the team. Blazina, the love for football really stands out for me.
That family tradition, it drives his motor, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can tell when people's parents or what family, care about football. I think both of these guys, you can see it in, that it's kind of poured down into them, and it means something when they go home too, and it shows.
Yeah, yeah. Who's your favorite Bear player?
Right now, probably Justin Fields.
Justin Fields, yeah. You watch NFL much?
Mm.
Yeah. Who's your team?
The Giants.
Giants. How are they doing? Well, they're just getting started, but they have a good team this year. I haven't really kept up.
We made the playoffs last year after not having a winning record for 6 straight years. So
Yeah. Is Eli Manning still there? No, just
no,
kidding.
sadly not.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take just a brief break here and scroll these sponsors in, if you would. Go by and patronize these folks. They do a great job of partnering with us, and so stop in, tell them you appreciate all these fine folks for supporting Rocket football. We'll be right back in just a moment. All right, Rocket football fans, we're back, and we're going to talk about Owensboro Catholic, Coach. Let's, if you're going to talk about this football team, I guess you have to start with the offense, and you have to talk about the Atwell boy.
Yeah.
I assume he's named for Tom Brady. His name is Brady Atwell.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know.
His dad was Mr. Football. We'll talk a little bit about that in a second, but he was Mr. Football. We've dealt with him before back in the late 90s on those teams. I remember him very, very vividly.
Yeah.
Great football player. But Brady Atwell's their quarterback. He leads the team in rushing, and he throws it all over.
Yeah, maybe different from his dad. I was younger, and I remember watching some video of us playing Hancock, and played him pretty tough, but he really could run it. And not that this guy can't, but he's a really big kid, probably 6'3", 6'4", I don't know.
6'3", 230.
Yeah, so big prototypical type quarterback. Really likes to sling it. Got a rocket for an arm. Can make any throw. Now, I'm not saying he can't run, because in Owensboro he kind of put the team on his back running the football, but not predominantly what they want to do. They want to throw the football around. Now, they average about 100 yards rushing a game. It's kind of deceptive. They throw it all the way around, but they're still running for 100 yards each game, it looks like. So, they can do both, but what I think they really want to do is throw the football, and it definitely starts with him. Atwell's a great player.
Yeah, everything I've read and heard about him is he can just make every throw. And
Yeah.
puts a zip on it. And,
Right.
and like I said, running, he's a legit 4'7".
Right, yeah. He's a strong kid. He's fast. He's big. Make every throw. Everything you want in a quarterback. You can really tell he knows what he wants to do pre-snap when he's looking at the defense. He knows where the ball's going before the play ever starts. So just really good. You can tell he comes from good stock, and nothing really bad to say about the kid. He's a great player.
No, it's my understanding he has no Division I scholarship offers at this point, and kind of puzzling that he doesn't.
Yeah, I would be surprised if he doesn't end up with several. Now, I don't know exactly what level, things get tight, but he's a really, really good player, and I think with that size and that arm strength and accuracy that he'll end up at a Division I school.
Yeah, I'd like to see kids like that down at Murray State because it puts people in the stands.
Right. Yeah. I could see him fitting somewhere like that.
Yeah, from what I've heard about him, they could use a good quarterback, particularly one from West Kentucky. And just to briefly talk about his dad and kind of the legacy, was Travis Atwell played at Hancock County back when we used to have to deal with them in Class A.
Right.
And I remember that was some of the hardest hitting football teams up there. And then they had they brought Mark Peach in, who's now at Trigg County.
I didn't know that. Was it Trigg County?
Well,
Not
he's
anymore.
gone. That's right, he's gone. But Mark Peach was the coach in '99, the year that Travis Atwell took them to the state championship, and they lost to Beechwood, but had disposed of some really good teams en route.
Right.
And I think that's probably the only time Hancock County's ever been to the state championship. I won't say that for sure, but I'd be surprised if it isn't. But man, those were good teams. That we actually beat them in '87, lost to them. I think we beat them by 1 in '87, lost to them by 1 in '88. And then Travis Atwell's senior year. Huh?
90.
90. Not
97,
88.
98,
No.
yeah.
Boy, my decades can run together. Yeah, beat him in '97 and '98.
We had some good football teams in that time, too.
Yeah,
so,
lost by 1. And then, I mean, we were
really
good.
Yeah,
we were really good. And then in '99, and they handed it to us, beat us 38-13.
Yeah.
And we were one of the best teams we ever had. I think we won 10 or 11 games.
Yeah, it was a good team.
Like so, this Owensboro Catholic, they're not a one-man show either. I mean, they're loaded. But these Carico boys, I assume there's a couple of them, Tut and Vince, and I assume they're brothers.
Yeah, I assume so too. I'm not 100% sure, but they're both really tough players, and probably after Atwell, those are probably the two I would mention too. And I'm not sure which one's which, but number 9 is a receiver, and he plays like an invert for us too, a down safety type guy, or a linebacker. Kind of plays it more like a linebacker, honestly, as aggressive as he is. Makes a ton of plays on offense. Great receiver, creates good matchups. They move him around, so he's just a real problem. And his brother, or I assume his brother, which is number 4, plays middle linebacker and running back for him, and just probably their best defensive player in my opinion for what I've seen, and really runs the ball hard when he has the opportunities too. And then outside of those guys, it's just like in cast, like you can just start naming off people because there's so many that make plays for them and are in and out of there, and they all seem to be good and they don't miss a beat, But those 3 guys are extremely good.
Yeah, it's I think Tut, the one they call Tut, that's his nickname. I think his real name is William Carico. He's number 9.
William is 9.
And they're the top 2 tacklers on the team. And
yeah.
I mean they're good football players. But they do have the receivers they have are pretty good. I watched a little film, not a whole lot, but man,
there's a bunch of them. Yeah, and they don't lose much without it. I mean, you can just start naming out numbers. Everyone out there is good.
See here, throw some stats out here for their offense. Let's see here. Yeah, Atwell's thrown for 1,608 yards in 5 games, 21 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. And, 2 interceptions.
Yeah, I didn't think many.
Yeah, so he's a good football player.
Mm-hmm. He is.
So what do you do? Going in trying to prepare for all this, and we've got a lot of teams we've had to prepare for that are pretty good, but this is one of the better ones.
Yeah, I mean, but we always take the same approach regardless of what team you're playing. I always say it's about us and coming out and executing what we execute and doing our job to the best of our ability is really all it comes down to. I know it sounds simple and cookie cutter when I say that, but that's really all it is. I mean, I assume they'll do the same thing. I don't think you get really good with trying to have this crazy scheme or this and that. It's just about doing what you do and doing it well.
Are they going to come in and try to hit us deep, or are they going to pick us down the field with that passing game?
Oh, all the above.
Yeah.
All the above. There's no, he'll definitely take what you give him, and he'll definitely beat you over the top as well. So I don't think that it'll be one or the other. Like we talked about earlier, he can make any throw anytime.
You guys, What's your responsibility this week going up against one of these top teams in the state of Kentucky? Grayson?
Just mainly do your job. Can't really. I mean, if you don't do your job, you're not gonna win. So.
Anything particular you're looking to step up and do?
Their defensive line's pretty fast, so if we communicate on the offensive line, I think we'll be able to do our jobs.
Mm-hmm. So offensively, obviously Atwell's the guy to stop. We flip over on defense. We mentioned the Carrico guys. What kind of offensive? They're going to run a spread.
Almost the exact same offense we run. There's different. It is and I'm pretty sure it is our offense. As far as this Tony Franklin system, I would assume it looks like it and everything they do. They just do things a little bit different. Obviously, their personnel and things that fit them. But yeah, same offense, same defense.
Same offense we see about every week these days. We see some wing T.
Yeah, wing T. Union County, what you call that, which is. I don't know what you would call it. It was more like a single wing approach, really, against us. And then Hopkins Central and, them two were both 20 personnel.
Nobody
squads.
runs the veer option or the wishbone anymore, do they?
No, not with Murray's changed the coach. They won't run the veer anymore. So, no, we won't see it, I don't think.
This most teams are like spread. This, everybody gets excited about the spread. And
this team's built to run the spread as well. I mean, if there's a team built to run the spread, it's Owensboro Catholic.
So defensively, what are we going to see out of them?
3-3. We got the same defense that we run, so we're very similar in schemes and coverage. Now, our shells are very similar. They do things different. They don't like to bring as much pressure as we do. They'll just pretty much sit and play. But mostly a cover 3 team that's going to sit back in a 3-3 and play football. They got 3 really good linebackers. We already mentioned one, and then there's 2 more. And I'm not even sure their numbers right now off the top of my head, but they let those guys fly around and make a ton of plays.
Makes it tough when you're going up a team that puts 11 quality players on the field to pick out something you can exploit, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. There's not personnel weaknesses on the field, and we've been, but I think the schedule's just slowly building that way. Now, OCATH is definitely a top 1 or 2 team. Them and Mayfield are probably the top 2 teams on our schedule, I think. But we've been playing tough teams, and we've been feeling like that about other teams as well. That there's not going to be a whole lot of just people to pick on. It's not like our traditional schedule in some weeks. So I don't think it's anything we're not used to. We just got to execute and take what they give us. Just like any team, there'll be stuff there. We just got to make sure that we execute it when it is.
Yeah. So, Travis, anything this season that has surprised you or disappointed you so far that you'd like to see maybe personally?
It's going by fast.
It's going by fast. Yeah, it rolls. I mean, here we go. It's week 6, but 5th game for us.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do to try to savor the moment?
Just go to practice every day. I love playing football, so it's the last year.
So when you were a freshman and you were hanging out chewing on your mouthpiece while everybody was out there at practice busting their tail, tell me the difference now and what were you thinking back then?
Well, back in freshman year, I didn't really have to do anything with practice. Now, practice every day. Go get in there, play scout offense, play defense too.
Did you think it would go by this fast? Did you ever think at all? Did you ever look around and say, "Oh, wow"?
I didn't.
No,
it's going by quick.
Yeah, Grayson, what about you? When you walk out on the field now, you got a countdown, just a few more home games now in your career. I mean, does that go through your mind when you're sitting there in the locker room and Coach Courtney's getting y'all ready to play? What do you think about all that?
Yeah, I think about it a little bit. I just really think, wow, I feel like I was a freshman just yesterday, and now we just got a few more months left.
And you've been, you've been a 2-year starter. You really played a lot as a sophomore too, didn't you? Did you start as a sophomore?
Mm-hmm.
You played quite a bit though, best I remember, didn't you?
A little bit.
Yeah, I remember my son Ben played back then, and I would quiz him. I said, next year coming back, who's going to be? And he always said, Grayson James is tough, man. I think he's going to be good. He always talked about you. So what about on Friday nights when you run out on the field and y'all come through the new tunnel there? And do you look up in the stands for mom and dad? What do you do?
Oh man, I guess I'm so hyped up, I don't even know what I'm doing.
That's good. It's a
can
good
say
answer.
that.
Yeah, don't ever look in the stands. Yeah, just play the game. Get pumped up, and man, it's a good, easy place to get pumped up, isn't it? What's the best thing about playing at Rocket Stadium?
Just the atmosphere, the fans especially, that and the probably Todd Riley announcing. You can't get nothing better than that.
Now Todd's going to be gone again this week, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, I think Dale Brantley will be back to call.
People
the game.
really liked him too. I
Yeah,
thought he
Dale-
did a great job.
Dale
so.
does a great job.
It's awesome to have them both. Yeah.
He's throwback. Pretty good pinch hitter, right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Bring him
Yes,
in.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I think Todd's still goose hunting. I
don't know
I
about
texted
that.
him the other day. He's still up in Canada goose
Is he?
hunting. Yeah, I told him if he stays much longer, they're going to ask him to apply for
Yeah.
citizenship.
Yeah. Might do it.
Yeah. So Blazina, what about you, man? I mean, you got a big family that's out there too, and I know a lot of them stand around on the coach's hill over there, the Sunday morning coach's hill, and do you see them during the game? Do you hear them?
Yeah, I hear my dad and uncles yelling at me.
Yeah. Which one? Joey, probably. Joey. Yeah. Joey was on some of those good teams back that we were talking. He was probably on one of those teams when we played in Hancock County before.
I bet he was.
Yeah. Joey's a good lineman. Yeah, I'd love to talk about those guys who played back in the day too. And I think we've got here in a few weeks the 85 team's going to have a little reunion.
Caldwell, right?
It's the Caldwell game.
I believe so.
So spread the word about that. The Caldwell Week 85 batch is coming in. So let's talk just a little bit about homecoming and the things we got coming up this week. I'll tell you what, let me back up. Let's talk a little bit about the bye week first. Talk about the bye week and then that last game because we saw a lot of good stuff in the last game, Hop Central.
Yeah, I thought we battled adversity good in Hopkins Central, made a lot of key plays. Just consistency is something that we got to work on and build on and just keep getting better. But, yeah, there were a lot of positive moments in it. Specifically turnovers was really good, being able to protect the football better and being able to turn people over, which is a big key for us. And then going to the bye week, we were just kind of taking the philosophy of just to focus on ourselves. Coaches look at Owensboro Catholic just a little bit to give us an idea and see if there's anything specifically that we need to work on within ourselves and stuff like that. But no, it was a rough week, to be honest about it. We were sick across the board. We got down to, I don't know, we were under 30 guys. We had 47 on the roster. We were in the 20s practicing last week a lot of days. Legit.
Well, you couldn't have timed it any better.
Yeah,
could
it's good. Yeah, it was good and bad. It was like, dang, we want to get better, but if we're going to be sick, we need to be sick now, and that's how it worked out. So we honestly, I mean, individually got a little bit better, but it was kind of a really weird week. We were just battling so much illness last week.
Yeah. So homecoming week, a lot of things going on. I want to mention that the homecoming parade is Thursday night. It'll be on Main Street. Lineup is at 4 p.m. and the parade starts at 5. No parking. The police department has asked me to put this out. No parking along Main Street from about 4 o'clock on. Get your cars off because they want to let everybody be able to see the parade, and it inhibits the audience there that want to come to view the parade. So don't park on Main Street. And then after that, we have the Powder Puff football game out at Rocket Stadium. It'll start at 6:30. $6. There is admission. $6 they had to get in there. I assume they do something with that money.
I think it's on GoFan too, right?
Is it on GoFan?
I believe so. I think I heard that.
Okay, so it'll be on GoFan. And, that's a big event. The Powder Puff game. It packs a crowd, man. I mean, it's a Friday night crowd.
Yeah, it is.
Is Myers coming out to shoot the fireworks?
That's a good question. I don't know. He might be there.
We need to get Darrick involved in this. Of course, the seniors won it last year. My daughter's a sophomore. She says they're going for it this year.
This year?
She thinks they have the team to do it.
I think our seniors can get a chance.
So wait, what we got here? You got all right? Yeah, we're going. What's the odds on the seniors?
I think we win because we played a freshman first. So I think.
What about the second one though? You got to win 2 to win it.
Seniors, 100%.
I think seniors.
Senior. So who is going to lead this senior team and win the Powder Puff, Grayson?
Ooh.
Who's the go-to? Who is the Miss Football of Crittenden County is going to lead this Powder Puff senior team that you're talking about? You got one? Who is it?
I don't know what positions they're playing.
Yeah.
I think I heard Riley Smith's playing quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah, Riley's a great athlete, volleyball player. A lot of the volleyball girls, I think, are playing. Yeah. So you got the seniors. You got the seniors. Who you taking? Who's going to win?
Seniors.
Seniors going to win?
Oh, yeah.
Who finishes second?
Oh, juniors on that.
Juniors? Who you got?
I'm gonna go sophomores.
Those sophomores? All right. There you go, folks. They've set the bar here for that one. So then, of course, man, the main event of the week is the football game. And, of course, coronation of the king and the queen. That will be done before the game. I think that ceremony starts at 6:30. So again, this week, get there early. The basketball team, a girls basketball program, has a tailgate party, pork chop sandwich deal down in the multi-purpose room. I think they're going to open around 5. So get there for that. They'll close it around 6:15 because of the pregame ceremony for the homecoming court. So get there early, grab your sandwich down there. It's a fundraiser for them, and then get up and watch find out who's the queen. Hey, let's take bets on the queen. Who's the queen? Do you know who's even candidates?
I don't know the candidates.
Yeah. All right. Well, we
I don't know.
don't have any idea on that one. So, so Coach Courtney, some closing comments here. So again, tough game this week, and talk a little bit about maybe a couple, some things that you're seeing. I asked the guys about this. Some things that maybe a little bit of a surprise this year, going into the mid-season week here, week 5, and any things that you'd like to see you get better at.
Just overall execution. Just a simple thing, blocking and tackling. We'd like to get better at hanging on to the football, making the easy plays. Just the little things that add up. That you continuously practice on, that you always practice on. But just getting better at those. I see us getting more comfortable every week. I thought we executed really well, especially on offense this week in practice. Really getting timing and clicking, and feel like people are figuring out their roles. So I felt really good about that. The key message of these guys this week is just play hard. When I turn on the Owensboro Catholic film, it's the hardest playing team I've seen on film in years. They play so hard, and that's something we pride ourselves on, is being the hardest playing team out there. That's going to be a tall task this week, a very tall task. And I've been trying to tell them, like, you don't even understand how hard you have to play. Like, one hard effort's not going to make it. It's going to be 2-3 hard efforts on each play to be able to stay in this ball game, because that's what they give. And they're very talented. But when you have a talented team like that plays that hard and executes that well, you got to be able to match it and play hard. That's something we have to win at. So that's been the message this week, and something that I hope we go out there and do is just simply play as hard as them. Yeah, tall task this week with Owensboro Catholic, one of the top teams in Class 2A, and really you look where they're ranked even overall, all classes, top 20 team in the state of Kentucky. Mm-hmm. So a great football team. We'll welcome them in here. It's the first time I think they've been here since the 60s. That's pretty cool.
So, yeah, we played them up there back in the 12, 13, 14 playoffs, because they were always the 1 seed and we were the 4, and we would play up there on the turf.
Right.
Yeah, so we'll welcome Owensboro Catholic to Crittenden County. Let's show them a little Crittenden County Rocket hospitality. How about that?
That's right.
Yeah, not when the horn blows. Okay, go after them, guys. All right, we'll see you Friday night. A lot of stuff going on this week with the parade, coronation of the king and the queen before the game, and that tailgate party. Don't forget that too. Come out and get a pork chop. We'll see you Friday night at Rocket Stadium. 30 minutes goes by fast.
Is that 30 minutes?
It's over 30. It was a long.
It was a fast 30 minutes.